disconnected and so focused on being homogeneous and not letting any kinds of variations or senses of diversity into their midst. I think about probably the most staunch move to the other side of what diversity is to sit down with some of the writings of Adolf Hitler. I did that not too long ago when I was thinking and talking to a group at the hospital about diversity. And so I Googled Mein Kampf just to have a chance to read some of the words. I will tell you that it put me on several lists here at the hospital and other places. So I regret that, but hopefully I have overcome that and was able to explain why I was reading it. But the reason I wanted to read is not to experience any kind of insight into the mind, but really to experience the emotion that I felt as I read. And I will tell you, as I read several passages of Mein Kampf, two emotions really came to my mind: fear and anger. And one of the things I noticed as I read through all of the words were so much of the words seemed to come from a place either of fear or a place of ignorance. I don't believe that Adolf Hitler was an ignorant person, so I don't mean it that way. I think he was a very educated man and a very intelligent man. He was able to lead Germany in some powerful ways and didn't make some of the mistakes that other leaders make. I don't ever remember reading that Hitler held daily press conferences or ever encouraged anyone to ingest or give themselves an IV of any kind of disinfectant. So there was some ignorance there, but it came in the form of what I believe not wanting to expand his mind, being afraid to open himself up to something greater and something more beautiful. And so I want to share something that moves for me emotionally to the other end of the spectrum, and it is a poem by Gerard Manley Hopkins, which is called Pied Beauty. And I want you to think about as I read these words. I'm sure just mentioning Hitler or mentioning Mein Kampf stirs up certain kinds of emotions for all of us, and those emotions are valid. So I'd like you to take a deep breath now and let us move to something that more reflects who we are at the UUCC, and think about the emotions that you feel as I read this poem. This is by Gerard Manley Hopkins. It's entitled Pied Beauty. Glory be to God for dappled things, for skies of couple color as a brinded cow, for rose moles all in stipple upon trout that swim, fresh fire coal chestnut falls, finches' wings, landscape plotted and pieced, fold, fallow, and plowed, and all trades their gear and tackle and trim, all things counter, original, spare, strange, whatever is fickle, freckled, who knows how, with swift, slow, sweet, sour, a dazzle dim, he fathers forth whose beauty is past change. If you think about the emotions that you feel with looking at the world through the eyes of Gerard Manley Hopkins and seeing the beauty in the diversity of things that are of different colors, different sizes, different species that he sees around us. For me, the emotions that stir up in my heart are curiosity and wonder. And I just imagine looking at the world. Every time I read that poem, I find myself pausing and thinking about, with curiosity, what are other ways that we see beauty in the diversity around us? And I have to admit, when I look at the UUCC, those are the emotions that I feel deep in my heart as well. I look at the diversity among us, the so many people that are a part of who we are, so many beliefs that are here, so many different personalities that are present. And it stirs curiosity. Just in getting to know some of the new members, I'm sure that curiosity has been stirred this morning of, man, I really want to get to know that person in a more intimate, a deeper way. and understand who they are. And oftentimes, and when I see our UUCC at work, the emotion that really comes to my mind is wonder. I'm just absolutely amazed at the beauty of this community and all of the people that we are connected to, not just here in Columbia, but around the country and with our partner church around the world. Just absolutely have wonder when I think about being a part of this community. It is an absolute pleasure to have any kind of leadership role at the UUCC, to be a part of this community and what it represents and the diversity of what it represents, the values that we stand up for, the ways that we transform our beliefs into action and actually make a difference in our world around us, the way we tolerate each other. And we have some strong personalities here and strong beliefs, and we tolerate each other most of the time. But we tolerate each other in love and curiosity and wonder. And so I absolutely believe that that kind of diversity, that kind of openness is what makes us a strong community. When we move to our curiosity and our wonder, we are absolutely living at our best selves. And so I celebrate today being a part of this diverse community at UUCC where curiosity and wonder are always on the menu. Thank you for being a part of the service today, and thank you for welcoming our new members and making our community even stronger and more diverse with just their presence here. I'm going to hand the mic back over to Anna, who is going to lead us in our closing hymn.